and the laws and the right ruling which Moshe spoke to the children of Israel after they came out of Mizraim. Now, this is what the Father gave to Moshe to set before Israel after they were in bondage. Everybody got that?
Yes, sir.
But the Torah wasn't the only thing he said. He said the Torah that was set before him, and he said, what is the Torah? These are the witnesses.
Come on.
Y'all getting that point?
Come on.
And the witnesses is our testimony. You may be seated.
Hallelujah, I receive.
Hallelujah. We don't have anything else to testify about except for what he has done for us. But we got to testify about what he did in the beginning. What is my testimony? I don't know if I'm going to preach all of this today because I just feel my spirit burning on the inside. What is my testimony? My testimony is Almighty Yah spoke and things existed. He didn't need chemical makeup, scientific mentality. He didn't need a laboratory. He spoke and a tree came into being. You mean to tell me a tree can come from a word? That's my testimony. Trees came from a word. Birds came from a word. Dirt came from a word. Water came from a word. Hallelujah. The only thing that came not from a word was by the hands of Almighty Yah was us. And we were made a little lower than the angels. Just a little bit lower. Because from dust we came. And unfortunately, because of sin to dust, we return. But our hope is that when we see him, we will be like him. We got witnesses. Our Father's laws are a witness. But Brother Isaac, what are they a witness of? It's a witness to a world who got enveloped in sin and was ignorant to what they were doing. So the Father gave them laws to make them understand his purpose, his will, and his ways. That's my testimony. That's the truth. Oh, let me say this, because I wrote something down. I don't want to leave it. I might have left it. No, here it is. Look what it says. Divine truth that proceeds from the Creator is the testimony that man agreed to. He had me to write that down last night. Divine truth that came from him, that he gave to man, is a testimony. That's his testimony. I just got to tell you this, and I hope you can shout about it, but you are his testimony. Come on. Come on. You see, when he put us in this earth, we, our parents, grandparents, nobody had an idea of what we were put here for. Most of us that in here today had no clue that you was going to come as far as you've come today. To know as much as you know today and have done much as you've done today. You had no idea, but he already had it in plans when he stuck you inside of your mother's womb. Hallelujah. And you have become a living testimony. Isn't he wonderful? See, but there were some of us who rejected his laws and his testimonies. That's us that say, no, that's not possible. No, there's got to be some kind of reasoning for this happening this way. And the only reason is my Father spoke. Now, if you can show anything better than that, and I'm going to tell you something right now. People say I begin to search with a shovel. I done wore them out. I'm wearing terminals out now on computers. I done put the shovel down and picked up the laptop. I'm wearing them out because I want to know. And I want you to know that man is so stupid and so dumb that they can figure out Yah. Let me tell you, if you want to see how low we can go, he said the ox know his master's crib. But my people, He called us sottish children. Do you know that the Father was so pleased with his creation that he gave us dominion? That's a testimony. He gave us dominion, authority over all of the earth. Do you know fish had to obey us? Birds couldn't fly without us. We had a dominion over all of the creatures on this planet. This earth was ours. And we did the same thing Esau did. We gave it away for nothing. Because sin didn't bring anything but death. That's a testimony. That's a sad testimony, but it's a testimony nonetheless. Isn't that right? See, we got to first own up to us making mistakes before we can get better before him. But if we don't humble ourselves and own up and say, it's me, it's me, it's me, oh Yah, standing in the need of prayer. Not my mother, not my father, not my brother, my sister. It's me. I did it. It's my fault. Help me. Fix me. I need to be fixed. I'm broken. That's what David cried out like he did in Psalm 51. Create in me a clean heart, because I done filtered this one up. I done put all kind of mess in there. You didn't put it in there, Father. I did. I got entangled with the world and absorbed what they offered. I did that. I got into the world and wanted what they want. I wanted to dress like they dress. I wanted to talk like they talk and party like they party. I did this to myself. But I'm asking you now, Father, to purge me with hyssop. Wash me, that I be whiter than snow. Fix the broken bones. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation. And please don't take your spirit. You mean after having done all of that, that spirit was still there? That spirit in you is called opportunity. Let me say that one more time. Somebody might have missed that. That spirit he gave you is called opportunity. Because that's your opportunity to get right. Because I know that spirit in you is telling you every time you get ready to do something wrong, don't do that. Don't say that. You can't lie on that spirit. That spirit is there to help you. And you ought to be glad he left something in there to give you the propensity to turn back and say, Father, I need thee. Oh, how I need thee. Every hour, I need thee. Oh, bless me now, my Savior, because I come to nobody but you. In 2 Kings 17:15, and rejected his law. They rejected his laws and his covenant that he had made with their fathers and his witnesses which he had witnessed against them, and went after worthlessness and became worthless, and after the nations who were all around them, of whom Almighty Yah commanded them not to do like them. And look at us today. Know what our testimony should be? I'm just like my fathers. And I need you to help me from being like them. That's a sad testimony. Yeah, it's got people in those various churches and denominational belief systems. But if you're doing the things of the world, are you any better than them? We can't talk about them. If we haven't gotten our... Wait. I heard Brother Johnson say this morning, he said, Peter, once you converted, reach back and help those who's still out there. Or have we been converted enough to reach back and help somebody? We have. And that's why we do what we do. That's why we go to jailhouses and hospitals, and that's why we go to the street corners and nursing homes, and that's why we go to people's houses and talk to them about the word of Almighty Yah. I'm talking about the truth of the word. Yes, sir. Not the tradition of the word, but the truth of the word. We have to be brought out of our traditions, because traditions cannot save anybody. If you don't believe me, read Mark chapter 7, begin at verse number 6, and you'll find out that the Father called people hypocrites who are locked up in traditions. How well do you prophesy these hypocrites, teaching for doctrines and commandments of men? And that's what's going on. But everybody's scared to talk about it. I know a man got kicked off of TBN because he told the truth. I got kicked out of churches because I told the truth. I'm not welcomed in most churches today. But my Messiah wasn't either. That's why he taught in the garden, by the river. That's why he taught by the lake. That's why he was out there walking through the cornfields teaching his people, because they didn't want to hear him in those religious organizations. Well, that's all right with me. No, I'm not the guy standing on the street corner screaming at people and downriding people and browbeating people. I'm not out there. The Father didn't call me with that kind of a spirit. The kind of spirit my Father gave me is a spirit that came from him. It's a spirit of peace, spirit of love. Yes, sir. He gave me that spirit so I can reach people. Even the very unlearned will listen. Yes, sir. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Even the prejudiced man will listen. Yes. I've tried it and I've seen it work. People who I know was prejudiced ended up loving me. Hallelujah. Why? Because I'm not fighting them. This is not my warfare to fight flesh and blood. Hallelujah. My warfare is to fight the spiritual wickedness in high places. That's what I got to fight against. Oh, my weaponry is spiritual. And I know how to utilize it by the teachings of my Father, because I'm reading his testimonies. Are you reading his testimonies? Exodus 25 verse 21, and you shall put the lid of atonement on the top of the ark. We're setting that ark up right now. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yes, and put into the ark the witness or the testimony that I'm giving to you. And I will meet you there. And from above the lid of the atonement, from between the two cherubim, which are on the ark of the testimony, I will speak to you all that which I command you concerning the children of Israel. Moses is not speaking, that's Yah speaking. You want to call it the Old Testament? That's fine. I call it the Pentateuch, or I might even call it the Old Testament like you, but I know it's called the Torah. That's the words of Almighty Yah. That's his words to his people. Isn't that right? And guess what? Only his people can hear, understand, and do what he said. Because the carnal mind is enmity against it. Will not do it, cannot do it. And the Father has given it to us, and we ought to be thankful. Are we thankful today? Now, he gave us that ark. Am I right about it? He gave us that ark. But you know what? That ark is where his testimonies are. I don't want to look at the bowl of manna right now. I don't want to look at the rod of Aaron right now. I want you to look at the testimonies in that ark. And what did he put in? What did he put over that ark? He put a lid on it. It's called the mercy seat. So he's telling us, if you mess up in my testimonies, I'm going to have a little mercy on you. Somebody got to hear this message today.